So in today's video, we're here to talk about why you shouldn't be lean and shredded. If you're not subscribed to this channel, subscribe down below because you can see plenty of food videos and you can see plenty of fitness tips related videos. I just finished a bodybuilding competition about 2 weeks ago, and I was about, maybe I would say 6 to 7% body fat, and I kind of want to discuss about why you shouldn't try to obtain that look year round and why you shouldn't stay shredded. So a lot of people, when they look at people online, they see these amazing bodies, and they see people at single digit body fat percentage, they have veins going through their arms, they see six pack, nice shape, everything. But what they don't realize is people prepare for those events or photo shoots, and that's it. They don't look like that all year long. Now granted, there are some genetically gifted people. Some people could just stay looking like that all year long without having the need to kind of monitor their nutrition too much, and they could just train the way they train, eat the way they eat, and not having to worry a damn thing in the world, and they'll look like that. So there are some negative side effects to being at a super low body fat percentage, right? So you're gonna be more optimal and your body's gonna thrive better when you're at a higher body fat percentage. So I'm not saying you should be aiming for body fat percentages where you're gonna be overweight, you're gonna have trouble sleeping, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. I'm just saying you shouldn't be going into the extremes unless you're a competitor trying to compete in one of these bodybuilding competitions or physique competitions. I recommend that you shouldn't stay shredded all year long, and why it's better if you actually gain some body fat. Let's talk about the reasons why you shouldn't stay shredded, right? So number one, I have here, you're gonna have low energy and you're gonna be in a bad mood. So from my experience, not so much of the bad mood, but in particular, the low energy was definitely there. I mean, there's days where I just woke up feeling lightheaded. I did not want to be in the gym. Exercise felt harder in the gym all the time. Workouts sucked. There were points where I just didn't feel good at all because I was just such at a low body fat percentage, and my calorie intake was at a place where I've never been probably since high school. My body weight was at the lowest it's ever been. So you're gonna experience that. You're gonna have low energy. You might even be in a bad mood.
Bro, why did you pick this character, man? Dude, come on, man. This is like the worst character you could be picking. Are you freaking serious? I'm not playing anymore. Not playing. This game's freaking stupid. I'm not playing.
At times I felt that I was getting not angry more often, but like if I didn't agree with them, I had to make sure that I'm not the one just exploding and disagreeing with that individual. So that's what I realized when I was at a low body fat percentage. My mood was not at its ideal state. I definitely saw a decrease in mood, but in terms of low energy, that's why I saw the most change in. That's what you're gonna see the most change in, especially as you get lower in your caloric intake and you dig deeper and deeper into the single digits for your body fat percentage. And also for females, it'll be like in the low teens, right, for the body fat percentage. Besides from low energy and bad mood, you're gonna have no libido. I mean, and for females, you're probably not even gonna have you're probably gonna lose your menstrual cycle. That's not healthy at all, right? If you have low libido, low testosterone for males, for females, you're not gonna have your menstrual cycle, especially when you're at such low body fat percentage. Hormonally, it's just not good for you when you're at a low body fat percentage that you're not comfortable with. Right now, if you are comfortable with this body fat percentage that you're in right now and you feel like you can sustain it, go right ahead. But for a lot of people, being at a low body fat percentage is not sustainable. And for myself, after competing in this bodybuilding show, I knew I had to get my weight and also my body fat up just a bit, so I'm at a more comfortable state and I'm feeling better, and my workouts could be better and I could gain more strength as I progressed in the gym. There are times where I experienced pretty much, males, you gotta have your morning wood, right? So like anytime you wake up in the morning, typically if you're at a good state with your body fat and also your calories and also your energy levels, you're gonna have your morning wood. But when I was dieting down, especially towards those last couple weeks prior to the show, I did not have a morning wood. There was no energy down there for me. It would come and go. Maybe I'll have it. For the most part, it was just like, Like that was the feeling I was getting when I was at such a low body fat percentage. And that's the feeling you will get, especially if you stay at this low body fat percentage and you try to stay shredded and try to look the way people do on social media, when a lot of it is just lighting, angles, the pump, and also dieting down to just look like that a specific time and day. You know, after the show, after the competition, you look at these individuals months later, they really don't look like the way they did on show day, right? So keep that in mind. You're gonna be limited to what you can eat, okay? From my experience, I couldn't eat out because it was just too many calories. It was hard to fit in foods that I wanted to try and eat, because I'm a big foodie. But for those of you who don't know, I'm a big foodie. I love to eat. I love to go out and try different restaurants and flavorful food. And when you're, you know, trying to look shredded and look a certain type of way, you're gonna be limited to what you can eat. You're not gonna be eating burgers. You're not gonna be eating fries. You're not gonna be eating, you know, if anything, any type of desserts that are made outside at restaurants. If you want to look the way some of these individuals do, it requires a ton of work, right? More work than you expect, because it's not easy to sustain that look for, I would say, 90% of individuals out there. Now, given that 10% with the good genetics, you know, they're gifted with the genetics to always have abs, to always be lean. That's a different story. But for most individuals, it is hard to stay looking the way some of these individuals do on social media. Okay, so besides from limiting of what you can eat, there's also, you know, your training. I mentioned this earlier. Your training is gonna feel like crap. Everything is gonna feel heavy. Your ego might get in the way, and you might want to stay lifting heavy, but you can't, because you're gonna end up just hurting yourself. So when it comes to training and you want to get stronger, yes, you can do it in a caloric deficit. Yes, you could do it at a lean body state, but it's not ideal. When your body's not getting enough energy, when you're moody, and when you don't want to do anything else but just relax and kind of eat and not focus on anything else, it's hard to build your strength, and training is gonna feel like crap. There were days where I went into the gym, like I said before, I felt lightheaded. I didn't want to train. I just wanted to finish one exercise and literally just leave. But I had to stay and do cardio because it was necessary for me to even drop down even lower in terms of body fat percentage. So in terms of training wise, it's not ideal for you to be at a super low body fat percentage and train heavy or trying to make some type of progression in the gym, because it is just going to be really tough to do so, right? So just keep that in mind. Part of the process when you're building muscle, you know, you're going to be putting on some type of fat, whether now that be a little or a lot. It really depends on the individual and their dieting strategy. Now the last thing is, you know, you're not going to thrive, and you know, all this channel is about thriving. You know, my page is about, you know, making sure every individual thrives. Now, you know, that may be different meaning for everyone, right? Some people may see thriving as being at a low body fat percentage, right? So first ask yourself if you can sustain a low body fat percentage, and then ask yourself if you actually feel comfortable doing so. Now if you do, that's great. You know, I have no issues with individuals out there who can stay lean and not eat food at restaurants as often as some other individuals do because they want to stay leaner. That's okay. The thing you want to keep in mind is just long-term longevity, sustainability. If you could do this long-term, right? If you could do this long-term, then that's fine. You know, it's not an issue being shredded. These are just some of the issues you could run in if you could stay shredded. So just keep that in mind when you're dieting, when you're shredding. And it's not easy. From my experience, it's not easy. It's not something I could do for a long period of time, especially when it comes to, you know, being able to just enjoy life and being able to have those times where I could just not worry about what food I'm gonna eat next, or not worry about how many calories I should be eating, and just kind of enjoying the moment with the individual or family members or friends, and eating the food and sharing that experience with that person. So, you know, when it comes to being shredded, you know, that's the question you should ask yourself. Is it worth being shredded at the end of the day? Is it worth going through all these things that I just explained? You know, that's the question you should ask yourself before you decide to, stay shredded or stay at a super low body fat percentage. So these are my 5 reasons why you shouldn't stay shredded and why it's not ideal to stay shredded, right? So if you truly want to make some progress in the gym and you seriously want to see your body develop over time and build some good amount of muscle over time and build a good amount of strength, you have to get out of the mindset of staying shredded. I think it's possible to do it for a certain period of time during the year, but for the majority of the part of the year, I don't think everyone should stay shredded. That's just my opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the description. If there's any other topic you'd like me to discuss, please feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll make a video out of it, or I'll answer you personally through messaging. Make sure you subscribe down below. Click on the bell for notifications for future video content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.